What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about Scarlet Spider and the Web Warriors. Now, my Web Warriors are not very well geared up. You may have seen the miles over here. It's in like 51k power. That's pretty much what all my Web Warriors look like right now. But I'm going to talk about what I saw with him in the raid and some impressions from there, and also doing a little bit of Blitz testing with them. Just kind of talking about what I think about him. We're also going to talk about T4s and ISOs for him. So, yeah, if you guys find this video helpful or informative, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. But also, real quick, want to give a shout out to today's sponsor, Amazon Coins. There is a link down below. Amazon Coins is the best way for you to save money when you're buying stuff in Marvel Strike Force. You get upwards of 20% off on your purchases. There's a link to it down below. You can buy bundles of anything, $100. You spend $80 for $100 worth of coins, which you'll spend in the game. Go down as low as like $3 or $5. You can spend upwards of $400 at once if you really want to crack it out. But if you are wanting to buy Scarlet Spider, would greatly appreciate if you guys use that link down below. Also, once again, a big thank you to Amazon for sponsoring today's video. But yeah, Web Warriors, not very well geared, but the one thing I do want to point out is that they are incredibly resilient. This is Alpha 4.3, or sorry, not Alpha, but Beta 4.3, and they're all sitting at like 30, 40k power. They're just taking forever to die. They don't die because they have so much evasion going on with them, because there's a lot of deflect and stuff. You see that going on, like right here with Gwen, for instance. There's an evasion right there. We've got some deflects and defense up. There's another evasion over here on Scarlet Spider. The only way that's really going to hurt them is if they take sustained damage, or if someone hits them with an unavoidable attack right now. And, you know, considering they're fighting enemies that are like 4 to 5 times their power level, I eventually lose regular Spider-Man to an ultimate from Cable, and that's it. Now, the one drawback here is that they do, like, no damage at all. You're going to see Scarlet Spider's damage. He does nothing right now, but he's 3 stars. I pulled 2 red on him, 3 yellow stars, tier 11, but he dispelled a little bit there, but still not really doing a lot of damage. So I'm using Symbiote Spider-Man and Anti-Venom here. They're pretty much carrying the team. Anti-Venom 7 red, Symbiote Spider-Man 6 red. They're both tier 15, blue ISO 2.1 or better. They're just doing a lot of stuff with this team. Here you go. Gwen's doing a little bit of damage, but there you go, like 11k on that hit there from Scarlet Spider. Just not doing a lot. And I apologize, this video is lagging out a lot for some unfortunate reason, but you can see they're not really doing a lot of damage here. So it's one of those things where they're vastly underleveled, but eventually they'll get things up, and then if you are going to be taking them into raids, you're going to have a team that does add a lot of damage, has a lot of survivability with the dodges and everything. There is a little bit of a problem, and it has to be tricky, or it's a little tricky with their taking sustained damage. There's also a lot of unavoidable attacks within the Doom raid, so you have to be careful with that. But honestly, the fact that we are halfway through this fight, and look at that, they're still all up, and it finally takes an ultimate from Cable here to finally kill off one just a regular Spider-Man. Scarlet Spider still survives 45 damage on that Groot. Yeah, he's not doing a lot of damage right now, but again, not geared up at all. So really, there's nothing going on that's too crazy there. And yeah, I'm just gonna talk about now with Web Warriors and just kind of what I'm doing on Scarlet Spider, and my thoughts on ISO and T4 for him, what I'm doing with him. You see I've got Striker on him right now. That's because he has some really great negative effects that he applies with his basic. This is when I was talking my original T4 and ISO guide for Web Warriors, I said Striker was a pretty good idea for him because of this basic. When in raids, he can apply offense down and speed down to the target as long as Spider-Man is an ally. It also applies defense down. And it also applies to his ISO attack. He will apply those negative effects. We'll be able to do all that. It works really, really well. You can't really complain about applying all those negative effects. Now, in terms of the best T4s for him, or actually in terms of other ISO you could go with him, you could do Skirmisher if you want to. Skirmisher would help him apply negative effects and also help with dispelling all positive effects on his ultimate here with Clone Crush, but his Skirmisher feels kind of wasted on him. He's got plenty of focus. He's going to get offense up a lot with the Web Warrior team. It's not a big deal. Prolonging effects, you don't need to worry about using. You don't need to worry about focus for that. So Skirmisher is like a tertiary one for him because it's just not really good. It's more about, the Web Warriors are more about landing crit chance, or critical hits, so you want to boost up their crit chance as much as possible. But also you want to get some strikers in there. They're going to help take advantage of all those vulnerables you're landing out because of the raiders on your team. And the 2 strikers on your team are going to be Miles and Scarlet Spider, in my opinion, the 2 strikers. And Miles is a bit better because he dispels with his basics, but, you know, again, applying defense down, offense down, and speed down with his basic or with the ISO attack, that's pretty good stuff. Another one that's also worth considering is going to be Healer on him. His passive gives bonus max health to himself and Web Warrior allies. He has a very, very high base health chance. The only healing this team does outside of the passive healing through Scarlet Spider is like drain on Spider-Man. So getting healer on at least one of the Web Warriors is a good idea because, you know, that will help increase healing a little bit, help them kind of heal up. And also, if you have a high health pool on the person with healer, that means they're healing up someone for more because it's based off of their max health pool. Also, there is the passive with him that does heal. It is up to debate. Some people have said that it doesn't work. The passives do not work. We've tested and found that passives do work with healing. We don't really bring it up with Scopely because we don't want them to nerf it because they say it doesn't, but we found that it does. Who knows? I mean, we do because we've done testing on it, but yeah, passives are affected by the healer ISO as well. So healer with this, with the bonus healing on his passive, 3% for each enemy hit with healing on the Web Warriors. Healer works really well with him. Now, in terms of T4s, the best T4 on him by far is going to be the passive. Bonus max health for himself and Web Warrior allies and plus 15% dodge chance. You want to make sure these guys survive. And this is a big part of it. That bonus max health is big. Really helps boost up their health pool. Also, again, healing. More health with Scarlet Spider means that more healing through his passive. Yeah, plus the 15% dodge chance. A lot of your passives with Web Warriors are increasing dodge chance, and that's why they're very, very important passive T4s. Clone Crush is just kind of damaged. You don't really need to worry about that one. Prolong the duration of 3 random negative effects instead of 2. That's not bad on his special, and his basic is pretty meh. You can skip the basic, you can skip the ultimate. Passive T4 is the one you absolutely must have on him. That's the only one you have to drop on him. The special's pretty nice to have, but not a big deal. As long as you just do the passive, you're fine. Now, yeah, that's kind of like the ISO and T4. I do want to go back and show just a little bit more footage. I did take these guys into Blitz just to, you know, kind of get a little bit of idea of what we can do with them. You can see here, 248. Here's my power on them. Yeah, not important. In fact, I haven't even done Striker or Miles yet. Like, I'm so unworried. I was so, like, what's the word? Nonchalant about my Web Warriors. I'm not even really bothered gearing them up. But I did kind of just want to see what we could do with them, just to get an idea of what to expect with Web Warriors. Outside of raids, they lose a lot of synergy, and there's been a lot of controversies with players about how this team outside of raids loses a lot of power. Now, yes and no, but there's a lot of like raid abilities that just a lot of their abilities are tied to being in raids. So like the evasion that they get a lot, there is ability energy at the start of the fight that they get, but you have to have all 4 Web Warriors on the team. You'll have to be in raids for a lot of stuff. You still get some healing. It's only 1% of Scarlet Spider's max health outside of raids whenever they deal damage. The evasion and the speed bar gain with evasion from regular Spider-Man and his passive does still work outside of raids, so you do get that. But you can see here we're really just dealing damage to the team. Like, we're doing a lot of debuffs. Obviously, we're doing damage to the team, but, you know, they're not taking a lot of damage. And that's all about the evasions. They're getting some speed ups. They're getting some assists now with Ms. Marvel. I'm doing Ms. Marvel here because, you know, they're all hero brawlers. And at least I believe, yeah, they're all hero brawlers. So, you know, Ms. Marvel works really well here with them. You know, gives the constant assists, which is very helpful. There is the ultimate there. Just removes the offense up from Hulk. Not that it really matters because Hulk's never going to really move. But yeah, there you go. That's not bad. They're dealing damage. They're not really taking much in return. So I'm trying to find a match where maybe I can get some damage from the enemy team. Yeah. We're going to try Wave 1 Avengers here with Captain Marvel. See, maybe something happens there. Captain Marvel will move first and deal damage to our team. But even then, like takes Spider-Man down to half health. We're just going to use the Disrupt here from Miles' ultimate, get Disrupt on Captain America, and then start hammering some of these characters. Didn't land ability block on Captain America because he blocked, so no crit. You have to land the crit with Gwen's special in order to land the ability block, which sucks. That's why deflect is no bueno when you're fighting up against Web Warriors. At least if you are Web Warriors and you're fighting against a team that has a lot of deflects, crits that can really mess with you because you can't land those critical hits. But yeah, I mean, even here, it's not too bad. These are slight punch ups too, but still, you're just doing a lot of damage. You're gonna finish off Deadpool. We're gonna remove speed bar and slow down Captain Marvel, and that's that. So yeah, I mean, I can't really take the team into raids just yet. I mean, they're still really weak, and I mean, I can't do Doom 2.0. That's not gonna work. But yeah, inside Alpha 4.3, you know, they're doing pretty good. So let me know what you guys think down below. Do you guys have any questions or comments about Scarlet Spider? You have anything about any ideas you have with Scarlet Spider? Let me know down below. As always, if you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys next time.